They're saying it's with that credit union?
Yeah, the credit union. But when I went to the old credit union, she said that I'm in good standing, and it shows nothing.
Yeah, but the credit union that you tried to open the account with, did they give you any indication as to what kind of bad debt it is?
No, they just gave me a printout of the Equifax, and
it lists your old credit union as having bad debt.
Yes.
Okay. Then really simply, your old credit union could give you a letter stating that you don't have any bad debt with them, and that should solve your problem to get your checking account opened. That's step number one. So contact the branch manager that gave you the clean bill of health and say, I need an email or a letter from you ASAP saying I have zero outstanding bad debt with your credit union or bad referral, that I'm in good standing with the credit union, okay? If you get that letter, the local credit union in Nashville should be able to open the checking account then. And then you can, show them, in other words, this is a mistake on your credit report. Now, then the next thing is, how do you clean up mistakes on your credit report? Because that's apparently what this is, you think, right?
Yes.
Okay. Then you write a letter, in this case to Equifax, or you can go online to their site and say that I am challenging the accuracy of this account. I'm challenging the accuracy of this item on the report. I had no dealings with anyone around this type of a debt around that time frame. And I've checked with the credit union and it's not there, and so on. Okay? And here's the thing to remember. You're challenging the accuracy. The second thing you remember is, according to the Federal Fair Credit Reporting Act, you need to write that in the letter. According to the Federal Fair Credit Reporting Act, I am challenging the accuracy of this. You have 30 days to prove its accuracy or to remove the item completely.
Okay.
Okay. Then the Equifax will investigate, supposedly, and if they can't find anything, which you investigated, you couldn't find anything, then they will remove the inaccuracy and your credit report will be clean. Okay? Now, here's what's bothered. Now, so that's step two. One, we got your checking account open almost immediately. Two, then you get your credit report clean. Then, Aaron, you've got to go back and check your credit ever so often with Equifax and make sure that this doesn't pop back on there, because the way Equifax gets most of their information is a simple computer file download from various credit entities. And so even though your branch manager credit computer is not showing you as a bad customer at your old credit union, it's somewhere in their computer, I'm afraid, because I'm afraid it downloaded out of their computer onto Equifax's file. You follow me?
Yes.
And so if just because it wasn't showing at the branch level, or it may be floating around in that old credit union system somewhere, and they re-report 2 or 3 times a year to the credit bureau, so you could get this cleaned off as being inaccurate, they could download their files again, and if that thing's stuck in there, it could pop back on there.
Okay.
So I want you to kind of be diligent and make sure that it goes away and you've stomped the life out of this thing. You follow me?
Yes, sir.
And that's how you dispute an inaccuracy on your credit bureau. But you should not just due to regular. Let's say you had a bad. You were late on your car loan, or you were late, or you owed the electric company money. That wouldn't keep you from getting a checking account. The only thing that keeps you from getting checking account is if you had a bad checking account at the old place, or a bad NSF fees, or those kinds of things. That goes on to a different kind of reporting other than Equifax, and usually, and so I'm thinking that this new credit union must have thought that that's what you were dealing with here. And that's why you were denied the ability to open the account. So you should be able to go back in with a letter from your old credit union, and you ought to be able to get that within 24 hours from them. They ought to do that for you as a favor, and you ought to be able to open the account by doing that. Jennifer's with us in Reno, Nevada. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Thank you, Dave, so much for taking my call. I really appreciate it.
Certainly. How can we help?
Well, we have 3 sisters in our family, two normal ones, one crazy. And
well, you're doing pretty good.
2 2 out of 3.
Yeah.
84-year-old mother, had a couple strokes a few years back, recovered quite well, has short-term memory loss, lives at home. I don't live in the area. My one normal sister helps care for her, and so does the crazy one. And my normal sister was kind of hit over the head by my other sister. She told my sister, I've convinced Mom to sell her home, and I'm moving her to North Carolina. Granted, nobody's been there before. We don't know what to do. My mom has refinanced her home 5 times in approximately 5 years. We're not sure why. The crazy sister helped her do the refi the last time.
Great crazy sister putting money in her pocket, maybe?
Well, Dave, she hasn't worked, yes, we think. She hasn't worked in 2 years. She worked for a crook for 15 years, got paid under the table.
Yeah, so she's milking this.
Yeah, she's renting an apartment, $1,250 rent, leases her car, barely comes in and helps care for my mom. And apparently my mom is for this move. She's kind of been wishy-washy about it. And my mom isn't happy when I come down to help care for her or hang out with her. She isn't happy when my other sister comes over to the house, but is definitely, I want to say, in cahoots with the crazy one. And we're kind of over it, and we're at the point where we just want to sit down and lay everything out to my mom to try to explain to her that we're not going to support this route that they're taking.
Yeah, I think you put them up both in a room and just smack them around a little bit.
That's what I've always wanted to do.
Yeah, it's
Dave,
not. I don't mean physically, but I mean I think it's time. I think it's time that they both be stood up. Your mom is getting sucked into this because your mom's being an enabler, and the reason she doesn't want you around is she's ashamed that she's been giving crazy one money.
You are correct, and the crazy one will not talk to me. Will have nothing to do with me.
Yeah, well, she's about to, because I'm going to drag her butt into court. I'm going to have Mom brought up to see if she's actually mentally incompetent to make these decisions for her own good. If you want to go all the way to the mat on it, that's what you'll have to do. Otherwise, you stand back, you take your hands off of it, and let them go do whatever they're going to do.
Fantastic.
One of the two. You either got to go all in or step back all out, because there's no middle ground on this crap. That's the problem. It's so sad.
This is KCAA.
California headline news. At the state capitol, the Senate approves a bill that makes flying a drone over a wildfire a serious crime. Senator Patricia Bates is the co-author.
Strikes the appropriate balance between public safety and property rights by protecting our firefighters when they're responding to an emergency.
The bill granting civil immunity to any emergency responder for damage to a drone if it interferes with delivery of emergency services. Violators could get up to 6 months in jail if convicted. 2 people killed when their antique car crashes into a tree and bursts into flames in Temple City. Good Samaritans tried to help the couple to no avail.
We found a vehicle that was well involved with fire, with 2 people that was outside of the vehicle, one with his leg still stuck inside the door.
Witnesses say the classic car, apparently a Model A Ford, veered off the road and slammed into a tree. The victims, a man and woman in their 70s. Gas prices in the state have dropped 40 cents in the past month to $3.33 a gallon. Geico weather, sunny and dry conditions across the state again today. Jeff Scott, California News.
I don't like sit-down dinners. I don't go to sit-down strikes. I like standing room only, and I don't ride bikes.
This pretty bad song is by a guy with pretty bad hemorrhoids. He needs Preparation H relief with the power of 2. First, use fast-acting Preparation H medicated wipes, then longer-lasting Preparation H maximum strength cream.
Let's sit together on the porch swing.
Preparation H. Don't stand for hemorrhoids. Use as directed.
And try specially formulated medicated wipes for women.
Call Quicken Loans now at 800-QUICKEN to see if you qualify for the government's Home Affordable Refinance Program, or HARP. And for 5 years in a row now, J.D. Power has ranked Quicken Loans highest in the nation in customer satisfaction. And for the 2nd year in a row, they've also ranked us highest in mortgage servicing. Call 800-QUICKEN or visit QuickenLoans.com.
Visit jdpower.com for award information. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. NMLSConsumerAccess.org. Number 3030.
It's time for the KCAA Community Calendar, brought to you exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools. The clear mission of Learn for Life is to motivate and mentor students who have dropped out of school and provide them with the personalized education and technical training necessary to advance their lives.
Here's a look at the KCAA community calendar. I'm Successful Brim. Be sure to check out Redlands Market Night, Thursday from 6 till 9 p.m. Established in 1988, Redlands Market Night has established itself as one of the most successful certified farmers markets in Southern California. Vendors vie to participate in the event that has attracted thousands of weekly visitors since its inception. Visit certified farmers, 20 different food vendors, and over 100 handcrafters, merchants, and business promoters. Visitors are welcomed into an inviting atmosphere, complete with lighted trees, brick sidewalks, historic buildings, and a great musical entertainment at First East State Street in Redlands. Crowds are pleasantly surrounded by over 150 food and merchandise booths, not to mention the downtown shopkeepers every Thursday night.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
While you're there, learn about the healing benefits of live circus sustenance with their 100% raw and vegan eats and treats. You can also participate as a vendor by contacting Heather Smith at Redlands Market Night at cityofredlands.org. Again, Redlands Market Night at cityofredlands.org. And that's a look at the KCAA community calendar.
The KCAA Community Calendar is presented exclusively by Learn for Life, a growing network of public charter schools where students can complete their education on a part-time basis. To find a resource center nearest you, call 1-877-360-LEARN or visit Learn for Life online at learn4life.org.
This is Dick from Carpet Masters. Carpet Masters has been serving the Inland Empire for over 55 years. Carpet Masters uses extraction cleaning for your carpet because there's no better cleaning to remove the soil from your carpet. All of our furniture cleaning is done by hand in your home or in our plant. Carpet Masters also offers dry cleaning for fine furniture. Call Carpet Masters at 793-7215. That's 793-7215 for Carpet Masters.
Are you particular about the vitamins and supplements you take? Have you found that the big chain stores simply don't have what you need? Then you should know about the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. You'll find rock-bottom prices on gourmet, top-quality vitamins and mineral supplements at the Vitamin Center. Get 30% off on all supplements and homeopathic products. All, not just selected merchandise. In addition, you'll find 30% off on all cosmetics, soaps, shampoos, toothpaste, makeup, hair coloring, and lip gloss. And all tea products are discounted 20%. Why go anywhere else? See for yourself at the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills, 5007 Canaan Road in Agora Hills. Or check out the savings and place your order online, VitaminCenterAgoraHills.com. Start saving by getting what you need from the Vitamin Center of Agora Hills. And tell a friend that the Vitamin Center ships nationwide. Call 818-707-0005. That's 818-707-0005. The Vitamin Center of Agora Hills.
Hi, this is Bob with Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy. Tune in every Thursday afternoon from 3 until 4 at KCAA Radio 1050, and we will be there to answer your real estate questions, the latest real estate news, and to talk to the leaders of the real estate industry. Our Real Estate Talk, you can find out how to stop your foreclosure, first-time homebuyer information, loan modifications, different kinds of loans you can buy with, short sale strategies, and real estate investing and more. So don't forget, tune in every Thursday afternoon at 3 for Real Estate Talk with Bob and Randy. You'll be glad you did.
Thank you for joining us, America. We're glad you're here. Open phones at 888-825-5225. Folks, we are really excited. We have just started a new Christian radio show called Chris Brown's True Stewardship. You don't want to miss this. It's podcast, and it's in 20 cities all across America. It is incredible. It's what the Bible has to say about money. So check it out. You can go to stewardship.com, find the 20 cities that we are broadcasting this in, as well as how to hook up to the podcast. It's one of the number one podcasts in religious or Christian listening right now, because, again, it's what the Bible has to say about money. Chris Brown's True Stewardship. Don't miss this. It's good stuff, guys. Alicia is with us in Bowling Green. Hey, Alicia, how are you?
Hey, Dave. How's it going?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Well, just a quick question. I'm planning on starting a freelance bookkeeping business that I eventually want to turn into a tax firm. Any advice on getting the business up and running, obtaining clients, developing my brand, etc.?
You're already in the business?
Well, I'm an accountant. I'm studying for my CPA. I do bookkeeping now for the company I work for, but yeah.
Yeah. Where do they get their clients?
Well, it's not based like that. It's more of a development company. So we have like tenants and stuff, like commercial.
Oh, okay. So they're not doing books for outside people. You're just doing
Correct.
books for that business. I see. Okay. So you want to open a bookkeeping and tax preparation business?
Bookkeeping first, tax later.
Okay.
Yes.
And so my guess is that you've already realized that larger businesses that are big enough to have their own controller or bookkeeper don't need you.
Right.
So what you're aiming at is small business, right?
Correct.
Okay. So you would join the Chamber of Commerce in the area, and you would interact with small business people. You would do anything to go where small business people are hanging out and present them with the fact that you do this. You could literally go door to door and stop in and go, hey, who does your books? Who does your books?
Okay.
And you could offer 90 days of free bookkeeping service to show them how valuable it is. Because I got to tell you this, it's a wonderful service if you can make it to where it's low friction, low maintenance for them to get their books done, because small businesses, most of them are horrible at bookkeeping. Most entrepreneurs, people that start up their own business, the last thing they want to do is the bookkeeping.
Right.
And so what you're providing is an absolutely needed service. And as you probably know, too many of them wait till tax time to sit down and do their bookkeeping instead of having a good budget going forward and a good P&L to measure that against.
Okay.
And if you can just generate monthly P&Ls and make sure their checkbooks are balanced, they'll be so far ahead of the game you won't believe it. And so you've got to. I would try to find the technology that allows you to download their stuff quickly and easily without having to go physically pick up the shoebox full of receipts to do their books, right? Right. And so that kind of thing, and help them get it to where it's streamlined and easy. And then also, the easier it is, the fewer hours you've got involved, and the more the less it's going to cost them per customer. And you could have, the more customers you've got, then the better off you are, because one or two customers, you're not basing your whole business on that. But it's shoe leather. Boxes of Krispy Kreme donuts, and you drop them off and say, hey, I want to leave this with you, and I want your bookkeeping business. What have I got to do to get it? And you just go into any kind of small business. Then, as soon as you get 10 clients, you start talking to them all the time about who they know that also runs a small business that you could call. Hey, do you have a friend that does any kind of small business? Give me their name, I'll call them. And you just, it's literally hustle and grind, hustle and grind, hustle and grind. And the good news is that what you're presenting to do is something they gladly delegate and outsource because they hate doing it. They generally don't do it, which gets them in a mess.
Okay.
So that's the marketing side. What was your other part of the question?
Just developing my brand, just getting it up and running.
Okay. Yeah, up and running is getting customers. It really is. And then, developing your pricing strategy of how you would price your bookkeeping. And what I would do is call some other bookkeeping firms in nearby towns, but that are not going to be competitors. They're far enough away from you. And say, okay, Nashville or Lexington, and say, okay, what are you charging and how are you charging? And, find some people in that business. How have you got your business set up? And then you can find parts of that you want to mimic.
Okay.
And do that. Now, have you heard about Christy Wright's business boutique event she's doing in November here in Nashville?
I have.
Have you got your tickets yet?
No, sir.
Because this whole 2-day event is about equipping women to make money doing what they love, starting and operating businesses. And it's, you got to be there. I'm going to give you a ticket. The tickets are $199, but I'm going to give you a ticket if you want to come.
I'd love to go.
All right. You hold on, and I'll have Kelly pick up, and we'll give you a ticket to Christy Wright's Business Boutique November 6th here in Nashville. That's fun. That's going to be a great event. Hold on. All right, Dawn is with us. Dawn's in Champaign. Hi, Illinois. Hi, Dawn. How are you?
Hi, Mr. Ramsey. I'm fine. I have to tell you that I just adore you.
Well, thank you, darling. How can I help?
In case you haven't heard that today. I have durable power of attorney over my mother who lives a state away, and I pay her bills. She was diagnosed with mild dementia right now, and I pay her bills online. I have her access to her banking account, and we talk. I give her a certain amount of money for groceries. I take everything else. We've done really well with it for 8 months. I even got an emergency fund, and we were paying off some bills. And then all of a sudden, she just went completely ballistic on me in this last week, and her bank account is now negative $200.
How did she get access to her bank account?
Well, she has the checks.
Why?
Well, because
she has dementia.
Well, but it was very mild. I was trying to give her a certain sense of autonomy. You know, she was calling me.
She lost that. She lost that this week.
Yeah, when I asked her, Mom, why did you sabotage your account? She said, well, I got depressed.
Yep.
And I said,
yep. And lonely.
And lonely. And I was trying to give her independence, Dave. Yeah. I really was.
I appreciate that, but here's the thing. That's not caring for her well, we've discovered, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
She's further along than you thought she was in this dementia. And
they do split rather quickly, yes, sir.
Yeah, it's heartbreaking. So, you know, the further she slips, the less autonomy she's going to have in anything, but certainly in the money piece. And so, for her own protection, you are loving her well by taking her away all of her access to everything now, money-wise.
Yes, sir.
And that's not taking away her dignity. You're not taking away her dignity. The dementia is.
Yeah, I'm just trying to protect her.
You're just trying to feed her, yeah.
Yeah.
And what are we going to do for care as this progresses? She's in a different area.
Absolutely. I've actually already started talking to some skilled nursing agencies who will, but the thing is, you know, you almost have to approach this with kid gloves.
Yep.
You know, we've already got medication set up. Somebody's coming in once a week for meds and to converse with me. Mm-hmm. I've made it very clear that they work for her. They work for me.
Yep.
And then slowly over time, she's going to start receiving home care, like in cleanup, bathing, other.
So your plan is to leave her in her home?
For as long as I can.
Yeah, and then what's the plan? Listen, this is going to take a lot of stress off of you. If you take this to its natural conclusion on paper and you have a detailed plan for every step of the way, then when it happens, you don't have the emotions that you've got today. Because what happened today was not a surprise. It's not surprising.
No.
It's not intellectually surprising. It's emotionally surprising. And you got to go ahead and plan for these worst case scenarios as they progress. But yeah, take control of her money for her sake, darling. This is the Dave Ramsey Show.
Founder of a world-renowned symphony made up of children.
The Inland Empire's most heroic teacher.
The world-famous mixed martial arts hero, Baptiste Mansour.
The lady who's saving homeless kids in Redlands.
The Inland Empire has thousands of community, business, and kid heroes. Each week, we share their stories with you. Join us for My Awesome Empire and find out why the Inland Empire is so great.
Saturday afternoons at 5 p.m. on AM 1050 and KCAAradio.com.
Everything is about us. Devices memorize our personal preferences. Websites tell our friends what we had for breakfast. And billion-dollar campaigns tell us how we can be happier. But we're not. We want to live a life dedicated to something greater than our personal satisfactions. We want our actions to live beyond us, and they can. It starts by stopping. Stop and listen. Stop and see. Who is around you? What do they need? How can you help? When you decide to respond, it opens a whole new world of possibility. A generous world is actually a better world for all of us. This is why I like
This is KCAA.
Hey, this is Steve Sanchez, and do you know in 2007, I went off to the doctor for a basic checkup, and he informed me, Steve, you got plaque built up around your heart, and you're going to need stents. I informed him, with no offense, doc, I need a second opinion. I go off to a naturopathic doctor, and he introduces me to something called Zango. It's a juice made of the whole mangosteen fruit. You know, the mangosteen fruit has been used for centuries for healing. So, hey, what do I have to lose? I tried it. 3 months later, I go back to my cardiologist, no plaque, no stents, and I'm proud to say 7.5 years later, I'm stent free. I want to turn you on to Zango because it's the only true 100% mangosteen fruit juice. It's patented. In fact, the Mayo Clinic is paying attention because they're doing an extensive study because they cannot ignore all the testimonials around the world. I want to give you a free sample of the Zango juice today. Simply call 888-309-5656. That's 888-309-5656 for your free mangosteen juice sample today from the company called Zango.
What have I learned so far? I've learned that dropping out of high school was my decision. But as a single mom, that decision affected more than just me. To set an example, I had to be the example. I found a free high school diploma program at Learn for Life that fits around my busy life. I have a team of teachers, tutors, and counselors that really care. I learn at my pace in an environment that is safe and comfortable. What have I learned so far? I've learned that I can change my life.
Are you 14 to 19 years old and looking for a free high school diploma program with flexible meeting times? This program allows you to keep your job or important family responsibilities while earning your high school diploma. If you've fallen behind on credits or dropped out of school completely, get back on track with free tutoring, a caring faculty, and one-on-one attention. For more information on how to reach your graduation goal, visit learnforlife.org. That's LEARN4LIFE.org. Or enroll today by calling 877-360-LEARN. That's 877-360-LEARN.
KCAA.
Thank you for joining us, America. We're glad you are here. Our question of the day comes from Blinds.com. Have you got kids in the house? Well, you don't need the worry of tangled cords on your windows. You need cordless cellular shades from Blinds.com. Go to Blinds.com, use the promo code DAVE, and you'll save 10% on all cordless cell shades. No headache, no high prices, Blinds.com. Derek is in North Carolina. I'm a soldier currently deployed overseas, and since I have almost no expenses, I'm saving nearly nearly all of my deployment money. However, I will need a car when I get back. Should I pay for the vehicle in full with cash or just put down a higher percentage and take a loan for the rest? Well, Derek, I 100% of the time tell people to never take a car loan. In other words, I have never told someone to take a car loan. Do not take a car loan, ever. Car payments are the mantra of the middle class. If you do what middle class people do, you'll be middle class your whole life. If you do what poor people do, you'll be poor your whole life. If you do what rich people do, eventually you become rich people, and they pay cash for cars. And they didn't pay cash for cars because they're rich. They're rich because they paid cash for cars. That's how that works. So, because the math is just there. So you save up all you can save up while you're serving your country, and thank you for your service. And then you pay cash when you get ready to buy your car, period. Jacqueline is in Idaho. Hi, Jacqueline. How are you?
Good. How are you doing?
Better than I deserve. What's up?
Good. Well, my husband is just about to graduate. He's going to get his degree in healthcare administration, and he just got the opportunity to do a 7-week internship at our hospital. Like I said, this is his last requirement, and we were just looking for some advice on how he can network while he's doing this internship to either lead to a job there or how to find his first real job as he sets out on his career.
Well, I don't know any of the parts that would be unique to healthcare because I've never been in that industry. But the thing is, most people when they're at work don't work as hard as they should.
Mm-hmm.
So first thing I would say is work like a maniac to the point that you stand out. And that means getting there early, leaving late. The other thing you do is you make sure that you have that you are not pestering people, but that you are letting them know without pestering them that you're available for a full-time position. And, I would even, just talk to one or two of the leaders if you have the opportunity to interact with them for just a moment and just say, could I ask you a 30-second question? I'm an intern here. What would be the best way for me to go about impressing someone here so that I land a job here? And just ask leadership to tell you how to win. And they'll tell you. They'll tell you pretty quick, this is what you're going to do. Don't bug the crap out of me or whatever, right? Don't be weird. And so don't be weird. Don't be strange. Go in there and be professional. And be working very hard. Whatever you're asked to do it with a smile and do it with shine. And think about if the tables were turned, what kind of intern would you hire?
That's a good point.
And this is somebody who, I don't want them to be so far. I don't want them to get all their work done, but not be on the radar, not be noticed. So you got to do a little something to be noticed, and that's asking the question, what have I got to do to be noticed? What have I got to do to be considered for this? And stop by and see the guys in HR and, ask to go to lunch with people that are in the department where you hope to work someday. Ask them. Well, what would you have to do this? And you're not going after their job. You're just going after joining their team. And just, you don't want to be threatening. You don't want to be weird. You don't want to be pestering. You want to get your work done with shine on it. And then ask them how they define winning in that environment. And, we've had a few people that have come to work here temp and then have landed a full-time position by doing that. Not many. We don't generally do that. Most of the time we just hire the position. But, when you're in the building and you're making connections and relationships and you're productive and you got some shine on you, meaning you're getting your work done and then some, then people notice. And it is a good way to get your foot in the door, literally. Brenda is with us in Phoenix. Hi, Brenda. Welcome to the Dave Ramsey Show.
Hi.
Hi. What's up?
I'm going to be getting a lump sum of money from my ex-husband's retirement. And I was just wondering what I should be doing with that.
Okay. So is this a part of the divorce?
Yes.
Okay. And you're how old?
47.
Okay. All right.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. Hard question.
I had to think for a second.
I understand. I'm there too. What year is this? Yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, roll it to an IRA in your name. And you can do that without any taxes on it. If you take the money out, you're going to be taxed on it.
Right.
And I don't want you to be hit with the taxes. Are you getting other monies or assets out of this divorce as well?
No.
That's it?
That's it.
And are you working?
Yes, I do. I make about $26,000 a year, and I will be getting $35,000 from him. And I don't own a home, but I don't owe anything anywhere. I don't have car payments, and I don't have credit cards, anything like that. But
you're getting $75,000 a year from him?
No. $35,000 is the lump sum I'll be getting.
Oh, a lump sum of $35,000 in cash.
Correct.
That's not in the retirement.
That is from his retirement.
Oh, that is the retirement. Okay. Are you going to be receiving alimony or child support?
No, I don't receive either of those.
Okay, so you get this $35,000 and you make $26,000 and that's it.
Right.
That's the whole picture. Okay.
Yes, sir.
And you can can you live on the 26?
I have been.
Okay.
I support me and my daughter.
You and your daughter.
Uh-huh.
That is not his child.
It is his child.
Why is he not paying child support?
That's not what the court obligated. I don't know.
Very strange to go through a divorce and the father of the child not pay child support. Unbelievably strange. Like so rare, I've almost never heard of that. Have you thought about that?
Oh, not really.
Did you have an attorney?
Yes.
Did you ask your attorney about child support?
Well, it costs a lot, but anyway.
No, I'm serious. You had an attorney, and your attorney did not know to get you child support? Okay.
I don't know. We share custody of her, so there's no.
Oh, okay. All right. So when you said you were taking care of your child, 26 years old now, okay, or at $26,000 a year, okay, that makes sense then. So it's a shared custody thing, and you've got you've got the child part-time, he's got the child part-time, and now that makes a little more sense. All right. Well, I would roll that to an IRA, and I would do my best not to touch it, and that's going to be very, very hard to do. You're going to have a lot of work to do on the income side of your equation. $26,000 in Phoenix, Arizona is tough. It can be done, but that's tough. And so I want you to thinking about short term what you can do to get your income up, and long term what your long term career path is going to be. I'm going to send you a book called Start, because it sounds like you are starting over in this case. So hang on. I'm going to have Kelly pick up and give you a copy of that as my gift. Thank you for calling in. That puts this hour of the Dave Ramsey Show in the books. Thanks to James Childs, our producer, Blake Thompson, our executive producer, Kelly Daniel, our associate producer and phone screener. I am Dave Ramsey, your host, and we will be back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Bob Marshall, PhD, host of Healthline. Join me live to get your questions answered and hear the latest breakthrough information for you and your family. Our product line, Quantum Nutrition Labs, delivers what others only promise, nutrition that really works. This month, our Pollen de Fleur is on special.